I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to do this assignment. You have this image of the two triangles, the 45, 45, 90, and this 30, 60, 90 to use as a reference. So you're going to have questions dealing with both triangles and determining their ratio and finding missing sides. And there's two sides that you're going to have to find. So for the first one, we have a triangle. It shows 45 degrees. Get my pen. So it shows 45 degrees. I already entered the 45. So we know that we're going to be dealing with this triangle, the 45, 45, 90. So it says, which triangle do you need to work with? You're going to see a drop down, and there'll be two choices. And since we figured out that it's 45, 45, 90, we're going to choose B, 45, 45, 90. Then the next one, it says step 2. Based on your choice in step 1, which ratio do you need to work with? So go back to that triangle, the reference. We see the ratio that is being used. So then that means our choice will be x to the x to x squared of 2. So that will be choice A. Then step 3 says, based on your choice in step 2, so that's our ratios that we chose, place the ratio that corresponds with the sides in the triangles given in this question. So we're going to refer back to that triangle. There's already numbers there that corresponds to what's going on in step 3. So for 1, it's side M. What ratio are we going to use? So if we go to the triangle that we're referencing from, we could see that M is opposite of 90-degree angle. So if you look in that picture over here, we see that x squared of 2 is opposite the 90-degree angle. So that means we're going to have that ratio on this side. And then if you look at the two other sides that is opposite the 45-degree angle, then it is labeled x. So then number 2 is x and number 3 is x. So then down there, for step 3, where there's going to be multiple drop downs, choices that you need to figure out which one goes with which, side M, you would choose x squared of 2. For n, you would choose x. And then for 5 is x. All right, going on to step 4. Based on where you place your ratios in the triangle, what is the value for x? So if we look back to step 3, or we look back to our diagram, but knowing that you're going to be using what you've chosen for step 3, you could see that x is equal to either side n, but we don't know what that side n is, but we notice that with 3 it says 5 is equal to x. So then we know that x will have to equal 5. And of course, if you go back to your diagram, again, this is where you need to sketch it out so that we understand what's going on. You'll see that the side where 5 is, that ratio is x. So that x equals 5. Alright, so now it says using the ratio that you chose in step 3, and x, the value of x in step 4, which is 5. What is the value for side M and side N? Alright, so let's look at side M. M, it says x square root of 2. So that x, since we already found x is 5, we're just going to plug in what we found for x. So that side M, the ratio was x squared of 2. We found that x was 5. So all we're going to do is just plug in the x, 5, wherever there's x. And then we have our answer for side M, which is 5 square root of 2. Again, you're going to see multiple choices, and you choose the one, the right answer that would fit that question. Then side N. Let's look back at side N. Side N is x. All right, so whatever was for x, and we found it to be 5, then we just use that. It's going to be the same. So it's x equals 5. Because if you go back, whatever you found, whatever this side is, which is x, the other side is also going to be x, because it's a 45, 45, 90 angle, and then you have two sides that are congruent. So if this is 5, then this is also 5. So again, you will have choices that you will need to choose, and then if you saw the number, the correct number, then that's what you choose. So this is how you would do this problem for a 45, 45, 90 triangle. You use the reference, you label your sides, and then you find x, and then you plug in whatever you found for x into your ratios, and you get your sides. Right, so I'm going to do this for the other triangle, and that will be our 30, 60, 90. So since this is 60, we know this is 90-degree marker, so then this is going to be 30 degrees. So that means it says which triangle do you need to work with. That you need to work with, it will be the 30, 60, 90. And then based on your choice in step 1, which ratio do you need to work with? We know we're using this triangle. We look at the ratio. We notice that it's x squared of 3 and 2x. So that will be this choice. Now the next one, they say based on your choice in step 2, place the ratios that correspond with the sides in the triangle given in this question. Alright, so we're going to go back to the image. Choose another color for that. I'll use green this time. So okay, so let's look at number 1. Number 1, V. What's the opposite angle from V? It's 60. So when I look in this triangle, this reference, I see 60, and the opposite is x squared of 3. So then I'm going to have x squared of 3. It's opposite of V. Oops, wrong spot. It's number 1 since x squared of 3. Because this is opposite V. Now, use this color, pink. So now for number 2, it says 4. 4 is opposite of 30 degrees. So I'm going to look at the 30 degree and notice that the ratio is x. So this would be x. And then for number 3, it's U, the side is U, and U is opposite 90 degrees. So I'm going to draw that arrow, and I'm going to look back to that reference picture. I see that what's opposite the 90 degree marker is 2x. So then this side is 2x. So I got my ratio. Now again, if you did this by sketching, then it would be easier to see. So for side V is x squared of 3. And I'm just going to use the colors to correspond that. So x squared of 3. 4 is just x. And side U is 2x. Alright, so now I found my ratios for the sides. Now based on where I placed my ratios for step 4, what is the value of x? Alright, I'm looking at all the 3 sides. This side, the shorter leg, has a value of 4. Let's see what the ratio is connecting to it. X. So then that means x equals 4. And notice that number 2, it shows that x equals 4. So we found our answer, which is 4. X is equal to 4. Now based on my ratio and based on my x, what I found for x, I need to find side V and side U. So let's go back to side V. Side V, what I have here says x squared of 3. I'm going to use green just so everything corresponds. So x squared of 3. And now wherever there's an x, which I found to be 4, I just plug it in. It'll be 4 squared of 3. And that's the side for V. For U, it says 2x. Now I know that x equals 4, so 2 times 4, and then I get my side for U is 8. And again, you will have choices, and you choose the right number, value for that question. And there you have it. So I showed you how to do the 30, 60, 90 and the 45, 45, 90. Use the little reference diagram that I showed you, and then use this video to help you to do the Canvas work. Right, if you have any questions, you know you can always email me, and I'll still help you out and give you some examples so that way you can understand. All right, bye.